moments at the Commonwealth Games. We have the last subdivision to come. Welcome to the setting of the arena and welcome to what is set to be a fantastic session of competition. Here we go, we have got the last moments of the team final taking place, the women's team final. It's also individual qualification. We've got the top 4 teams about to make their way out onto the competition floor. The top 4 from Birmingham 2022. Will they be in that position when everything now comes down to the Glasgow 2026 final? Let's see what they can do. Here is South Africa. Representing South Africa, we have Naveen Daries. Zelmi Daries, Ule Nleko, Caitlin Rooskrantz and Karma Vizochi. So just the 4 gymnasts that are actually there. Bule Nleko is the reserve gymnast that is not scheduled to compete. Team England. Team England, the gold medalists in 2022. Shante Eva Mankwa, Shanna K. Grant, who's come in as a late replacement, Ali Elite, Abby Martin, and Ruby Stacey, the English team who have always been on the podium.
And starting on uneven bars, Australia.
Australia, real contenders, expected to make a push, not just for the podium, but for top spots. Georgia Godwin, Kate McDonald, Ruby Pass, Brianna Scott and Emily Whitehead, their team.
Team Australia.
Proud to wear the green and gold. Australia, who were the silver medalists last time.
And also starting on the uneven bars, Team Canada.
And Canada, who won the men's competition yesterday and looking to do the double. Ellie Black, Order of Canada. Gabrielle Black. Leah Monica Fontaine. Elisa Guerrier-Calixte. And Leah Reddick.
Team Canada.
Welcome everyone to the arena in Glasgow at the 2026 Commonwealth Games. And welcome to the conclusion of the women's team competition. This is the last subdivision and it's the one containing all the highest ranked Commonwealth member associations based on the Birmingham 2022 Games. Now that said, the standard has really been set by Wales. We'll come back to them soon, but we're going to start with Australia on the uneven bars. A lot of attention will be given there to Kate McDonald. Then we'll have the Canadian team afterwards. So Australia and Canada are paired. The first half of each rotation will be Australia, the second half of each rotation even will be Canada. And over at the vaulting table, South Africa, who were 4th at the last edition of the Games, will begin, and they will be followed by Team England. Wonderful to have you with us wherever you're watching, from whoever it is that you're supporting at Glasgow 2026. This is going to be absolutely fascinating. Ollie Hogman here with Blythe Lawrence alongside me. There are a lot of serious contenders.
This could be a very tight team competition. A lot of people have been very impressed by Australia, by Canada, by England, the way that they've trained, South Africa as well. There's a question mark around South Africa a bit, and that is because Caitlin Rooskrantz did not participate in podium training the other day. So this is really the first time that she is going to show us her gymnastics in the arena setting. Now, she is highly experienced, having been to the Commonwealth Games before and several World Championships, not to mention the Olympic Games. And so it should be no problem for her, but we don't really have a sense of where she is in terms of her fitness for the routines that she is going to show. We'll get an indication off the bat. And for Australia and England and Canada, there's some wonderful stories to be told. The returns to the Commonwealth stage of both Georgia Godwin and Ellie Black. There is something that unites them. They have a wonderful friendship. Both of them have overcome injuries and adversity in their journey toward this Games. And for England as well, interesting with Shanna-Kay Grant coming in for Tasia James at the last moment. She too has not had the chance to train in the arena. So we will see what we get.
Well, you've run through all of the possibilities fantastically. Now all we have to do is let the final happen. And let's see. Good luck to all of them. And we begin with a great gymnast in the form of Caitlin Rooskrantz. South Africa, 4th place in 2022. Here is a 2-time Olympian and already a Commonwealth Games medalist.
Accustomed to big stages. For just a simple Yurchenko layout vault tonight.
Now, as we look back at this, let's quickly go over the rules of the team competition. 5 gymnasts as a maximum in the team. 4 gymnasts as a maximum actually performing on each apparatus in each rotation. 3 scores will count. So effectively it's a 5-4-3 system. If you therefore put 4 gymnasts up on each apparatus, you don't have to, you can put only 3 up, but if you put 4 up, you will lose the lowest score. That will be discarded. Australia begin their quest for the podium in the women's team competition at the Games here in Glasgow. Now, an important thing to know here is that the Welsh have already performed and are the leading nation. They were in the previous subdivision. If you are scoring over 12.8 per routine, you're in line to beat the Welsh. Here is Brianna Scott.
Australia certainly has the difficulty on the uneven bars to get that 12.8 average. Lovely opening pike Jaeger. Pay attention to the way that she holds handstands, but also the smoothness of all of her transitions. Classic Shaposhnikova up to the high bar. This is effortless looking gymnastics from Brianna Scott. Winding up, full twisting, double leg dismount.
Great opening from Australia, courtesy of the experienced Brianna Scott. Caitlin Rooskrantz, a 12.3 score for a vault of not huge complexity. Well executed though it was. The next for South Africa is Zelmi Darius.
And this is the same vault we saw from Caitlin Rooskrantz, but with a twist and in the tucked position. I believe that she did not actually intend to do that as a tuck, but felt that something was off in her approach to the table and made a quick correction. She has flashed that she intends to do this as a layout, and indeed, she was really compressed coming onto the table off the springboard. We'll have another look at it. Usually she gets a lot more bounce. Look how bent her elbows are as she comes onto the table. Normally, they're straight. The arms need to be straight in order to get a good push and get the gymnast into the air to complete the second flight. So quick thinking on her part.
I'm not sure who's better this one. Yeah.
Plenty of support for the Australian team and Ruby Pass in particular. .11.5, Zelmi Darius. And this is a great beginning for Australia, 13.15. Brianna Scott has really delivered. I'll just remind you of that 12.8 average for the Welsh. That's a little bit of a crude metric because that is obviously across an entire competition. You get ebbs and flows in different rotations. Ruby Pass next for Australia, a 19-year-old.
She's one of their most capable all-around competitors. Starts off with a Weiler kip. And then clear hip uprise Kachev. An extremely complex maneuver. Very difficult. The Van Leeuwen transition, showing flight up to the high bar. Toe Stalder with full turn, wonderfully done, right into her double tuck this time.
The Australians starting purposefully. Would we expect anything other than that? South Africa over at the vaulting table. Naveen Darius, older sister of Zelmi. She competes in her third Commonwealth Games, but her first with her sister in the squad.
And there is the full twisting layout, Yurchenko.
The South Africans are in the slightly different position compared to the rest of the teams of having only 4 gymnasts who are competing. Ule Nleko is the reserve, but she's not actually out here on the competition floor.
Good mechanics on this vault by Naveen Darius. Just a slight pike position as she goes towards the floor in what we call the second flight. The first flight actually happens between the round off and the back handspring onto the table. And then the business end of the vault comes with the full twist at the end.
Support for Karma Vizohi, who is going to be competing in just a moment for South Africa. 12.8, 8.6 execution score for Naveen Darius. has got the go signal to perform. Kama Bizohi. There we go. 18-year-old debutant at the Commonwealth Games. Good luck to her. She's got support in the crowd and support all over the Commonwealth.
That's a super para style ball. She comes onto the table a different way than what we've seen from her teammates. Also with a full twist in the air before she lands. It's done in the tucked position. So there's a quarter turn onto the table and then a back tuck with a full twist before she lands.
For Ruby pass 13.4. 5.5 difficulty score. This is a fine beginning for the Australian team. They're well and truly where they should be. And look who's next. Here she is. The reigning all-around champion in women's artistic gymnastics at the Commonwealth Games. It is the one and only Georgia Godwin, a true great of this sport.
There has been such a journey between that moment in Birmingham 4 years ago and this one. But for the moment, we will just say she's back.
Good hold, well saved.
A slight struggle getting up to this element and into the Straddlejager. But this is her experience coming out. Many other less seasoned gymnasts would have come right off the bars, but not Georgia Godwin.
The double layout to conclude. She made light of a very complicated situation.
We say it so often in gymnastics. It's not what you lose in execution, but what you gain by saving the skills and not coming off the apparatus. She disguised the problems very well. This is the opening of the routine, the Weiler kip, and then the Maloney up to the high bar. She takes a couple giants, winding into the double layout dismount. There's another look at the Van Leeuwen transition. Toe on Shaposhnikova with half turn. And a very well flighted double layout. Just the tiniest of hops on the landing.
Kama Bizohi, 11.55. Such a complicated journey for Georgia Godwin between the games of Birmingham and the games in Glasgow, including a very serious injury, a torn left Achilles that kept her out of the Olympiad in Paris. She made a promise to herself that she would always retire on her terms, kept that in mind when considering whether she would or wouldn't come back from the Achilles injury. Well, she came back. Thank goodness for the gymnastics world. What would we do without her? I would imagine there are a lot of Australia fans watching this, very content, and I use content deliberately, tongue-in-cheek, about the start that the team has made. I think they'll be delighted with the start that the team has made. 12.8 for Georgia Godwin.
Come on, Kate, you got it! Let's go, Kate!
Well, it's rather useful when your last performer on the uneven bars is the gymnast who came 5th at the World Championships last year. Kate McDonald is capable of extraordinary things on this apparatus. And we'll just step away from our focus on the team for a moment to think about her own focus on getting into the uneven bars final, for which this is the qualification exercise. She missed out in Birmingham. She really wants this.
She is one of the smoothest and most elegant swingers you will ever see on the uneven bars. And she has a release skill that is second to none. Look at the height on that kacha. And she combines it with a pack salto. Great Van Leven. And the dismount in combination.
Job done, and she knows it.
Smashed it.
Australia absolutely meaning business.
A lot of people 4 years ago had tabbed Kate McDonald as a potential Commonwealth Games champion on the uneven bars. It didn't work out that way. Instead, she won balance beam. And here she is back again and displaying true excellence. She is known the world over for how she does that Kachev release move. Such height, such flight, such extension. And in combination, no less. The dismount too is in combination. Toe stalder with full turn right into full twisting double tuck.
And that is so important for her score, what she performs by connecting elements, by combining things.
All of the elements, not just on the uneven bars, but on all of the apparatus, have a difficulty value that's assigned to them. And on bars, beam, and floor, you get credit, but you also get credit when you connect difficult maneuvers together.
And that is how she has produced a 6.0 difficulty score for a 14.2. Fabulous from Kate McDonald. She's waited 4 years to produce that performance. Well, that is a very interesting start made by the Australian team. Now things change and we see Team Canada warming up on the uneven bars. Welcome to all of you who are supporting the Canadian team. I'm sure you were in very good spirits after the men's gold yesterday. At the moment then, Australia are ahead of the Welsh. Now, the Welsh are not performing in this subdivision. They performed in the previous subdivision. So what we're going to do throughout the competition is show you the scores accumulating as though the Welsh were performing with these gymnasts. So instead of seeing a total score for Wales, you'll see their score increase in line with the increasing scores of the other teams in this particular subdivision. It will give you a more meaningful sense of how the competition is evolving. But suffice to say, keep Wales in the back of your mind because they might end up in the front of your mind when we are done and dusted here. They have produced a score good enough to contend for a place on the podium. Now, Blythe, on the subject of gymnastics greats, we've talked a lot about Georgia Godwin. Let's talk about Ellie Black. She and Georgia Godwin have talked a lot.
They have, and when Georgia Godwin was recovering from her injury and getting to the age of 27, 28 years old, she was actually thinking that maybe she was too old for gymnastics. And so she reached out to Ellie Black, who she thought might be able to sympathize, who had been there herself. And in Georgia Godwin's words, Ellie Black and her encouragement is the reason that she is here at these games.
There are many people who are where they are in life because of Ellie Black. place on the podium, it's Shantaeva Manqua, the 17-year-old Bristolian. Nice beginning.
A really solid full twisting Yurchenko to lead off Team England's efforts here.
She posted a picture of herself as a child last month, beaming at home in her gymnastics kit when announcing she'd been selected for the Commonwealth Games squad.
Control is the word for this vault.
She trained at the same club as her childhood hero, Claudia Fragapane. She didn't do too badly at the Commonwealth Games.
And actually, she was at the club when Fragapane did her heroics in Glasgow in 2014. And she says it was a very inspiring time for her, even though she was just a child.
Gabrielle Black from Ontario, a debutant at the Commonwealth Games. Great acquisition for the Canadian team. She's added so much.
And notice that she's finishing these pirouetting elements right on top of the bar in that straight handstand at vertical. This is very good work. She's already shown us two exceptional release moves, a Jaeger and a Kachev.
Oh, unfortunate as the hands go down after such incredible handstands throughout that exercise. You will really struggle to see better handstands anywhere than from her. Shantaeva Manqua, 12.7. Now to England's Ruby Stacey. Silver medalist on vault at the English Championships this year.
This is going to be Yurchenko with 1.5 twists.
She gets unbelievable height, doesn't she?
And she finds a really good landing. In the last half twist, she can sometimes be a little compressed, but she controlled it all the way through tonight. And for a tiny hop like that on the landing, she's only going to get maybe 1/10 of a point deduction from the E-score. And for the team, it's quite significant. The difficulty here starts from 4.6. That's 4/10 higher than a lot of the gymnasts that we have seen in this competition.
It means so much to her to be there. Ruby Stacey, she was the reserve for 2022. She will be vaulting twice. That first vault solely for team success. Good score for the team, 13.25. Very good score. Execution score of beyond 8.5. Now she'll vault a second time. This will be, we expect, a significantly lower difficulty vault. Will be enough to earn her a place in the vault final.
Very interesting. She's gone for a round off, half on, front tuck off. It's not a vault that we see very often.
11.6 for Gabrielle Black. That really was going ever so well until the very final stages. Now what a sensation at the last World Championships. Leah Monica Fontaine, she will finish on vault, where she won the silver medal in Indonesia in October of last year. Now on the bars. Oh!
And right away she comes off on her opening element. The toe stalder with full turn. Let's see if she repeats it. The She may need to do that if she is to get the difficulty. She does not. Straight into the Maloney, and combined with a Ginger, there will be an extra 10th or 2 for that combination. Back salto solid. And the Van Leeuwen transition. She needs to be aggressive on this dismount.
And she was.
Very, very nice.
Well, there's a fairly well-known Commonwealth Games and gymnastics legend watching on.
The ring specialist, Courtney Tulloch.
Lovely to see him here. Ruby Stacey, 13.025 the average score. Ali Elite for Team England.
Once more, Yurchenko with a full twist. Simply explosive off the table. And for all of her power, she really finesses the landing. She gets tremendous pop off the table, and she finishes the twist quite early, allowing her to set herself up for an excellent landing.
There are lots of stories at these games of gymnasts who have taken time away and come back, a lot of them at later stages of their careers. She shouldn't be forgotten as part of this, despite still being in a very early stage of her career. Ali Elite also retired and returned in stunning fashion last year at the English Championships, winning the all-around title. It's a fantastic story. 12.2 is the score awarded to Leah Monica Fontaine. Just 16, Leah Reddick of Canada. She's from Oakville in Ontario, makes her debut at the Commonwealth Games.
Gorgeous front stalder with half turn, combined with her Maloney transition. And then straight back down to the low bar with the pack salto. Toe stalder to Van Leeuwen. Well-constructed routine this. Her release skill, a kacha. Dismount, double tuck, and stuck.
What a delightful series of precisely executed elements from Leah Reddick. How's that for a Commonwealth Games debut performance? Ali Elite, a 9.2 execution score, 13.4. Now we expect the difficulty to be dialed up. Here is Abby Martin. She will likely do a double twisting Yurchenko vault with a 5.0 difficulty score.
Nicely executed from Abby Martin. The same thing that we have seen from several of her teammates, but as you mentioned, Ollie, with an extra full rotation. And compared to the full twisting Yurchenko, this has 8/10 more in difficulty. It's a lot to get done in the air. You have to be very efficient with the twist. She's quite powerful. Always gets great distance from the table with her vaults.
Her development as a gymnast over the last few years has been sensational.
She went from competing at the Junior World Championships back in 2023, basically straight onto the senior team and major international competition. The European Championships in 2024, and then the Olympic Games.
And there, a youngster in the crowd, just living every moment of it. And somewhere in this crowd is going to be someone who competes at a future Commonwealth Games. We don't know who they are, they don't know who they are yet, but it will happen. 13.55, big score for the team, for England's Abby Martin. Now this is purely for her own vault final prospects.
Another round-off entry vault, this one with a half turn onto the table, and then we have a front flip and a half twist off.
That smile tells you that her prospects are very good for the vault final. Leah Reddick picks up a 12.65 score.
Come on, Ellie.
And we welcome back to the Commonwealth Games, Ellie Black, Order of Canada. 3 times a gold medalist already at the Games.
Uneven bars was once upon a time Ellie Black's weakest apparatus. And today, it is amongst her strongest. Shaposhnikova transition, clear hip with half turn, and a Yezheva back down to the low bar. Such intricate work, and so powerfully delivered from Ellie Black.
She's back at the Commonwealth Games, one of the all-time greats, Ellie Black. Ellie Black, gold medalist on the beam in Glasgow in 2014. Abby Martin, 13.6 average. That's the best that we've seen from any vaulter so far. We'll keep you up to speed with the all-around and apparatus qualifiers later on, but for now, let's look back at things in life that are designed to make you happy. Ellie Black at the Commonwealth Games.
Marvelous complexity in this routine. The way that she works into and out of these release skills and transitions gives her lots of difficulty. And you always know an Ellie Black bar routine just because the uniqueness of the elements that she has chosen, all strung together, gives it a look that is really like none other.
But is that not a wonderful metaphor for the career of Ellie Black? She has constructed an uneven bars routine in the way that she has constructed her entire gymnastics career, uniquely hers.
Exactly.
And that's why she has the respect, nay, the love of the gymnastics world. You know, I've heard she's quite popular in Canada. 13.85 for Ellie Black. Brilliantly done. Second strongest score on the uneven bars. This is where we find ourselves. It is close. Look at that. Just about half a mark between Australia, England and Wales, with England and Wales tied for second place. Canada in fourth position. I just remind you that Wales are not competing in this subdivision. They performed earlier, and we will show you their scores evolving as though they were performing alongside the teams in medal contention here. And congratulations to all of the other teams that have played their part in this team final. Watching on now in the final of the 4 subdivisions. It's great to have you with us in the arena at Glasgow 2026. South Africa will start on the uneven bars, and there's one particular name the world will be watching for.
Caitlin Rooskrantz, an apparatus finalist at the last Commonwealth Games. Her bar routine is renowned the world over.
The first South African gymnast to win gold in a World Gymnastics competition. That was the Hungary World Cup of 2019. She's been around for a long time. On the beam, we've got a lot here to focus on, a huge amount to focus on actually. We're starting with the reigning Commonwealth Games champion, Kate McDonald. We've got Ellie Black coming up later, Ellie Black who won the title in Glasgow. We've got Georgia Godwin in that. It's just everywhere you look, it's brilliant.
And it's joint second on the country has Wales on 40.2.
And on the same score, 40.2 after one rotation is England.
And look who we've got there, Ruby Evans. Deserves a decent seat, having been a major part of the Welsh team's success. World Championship medalist, looking to be a Commonwealth Games team medalist, and a lot more than that in the days ahead. Is it safe to say, Blythe, it's going to be a very nervous set of Welsh gymnasts sitting up in the crowd?
Oh, I should think so.
Probably more nervous than when they were competing.
Perhaps. One thing we can say for the Welsh, they did everything they possibly could to get themselves into contention to be on the podium at the end of competition here.
More members of Team Wales now arriving and just relaxing. How we love watching Jemima Taylor's performance on floor. How we always love watching her on floor. The last time the Welsh were on the podium, 2014 in the women's team competition. Now, where was that? Oh, that's right. Happy return to Glasgow might be on the cards for Team Wales.
Kate McDonald doing some visualization before going out on the balance beam.
Always has the headphones, doesn't she, before she performs. Here is the reigning Commonwealth Games balance beam champion, Kate McDonald. She started brilliantly on the uneven bars with a 14.2.
She's been having a good spell of competitions. Was out on the World Cup circuit earlier this year, competing on uneven bars, balance beam, and floor exercise. Made a small correction on her flight series. All of the gymnasts on balance beam have to show at least 2 acrobatic elements that show flight, so back handsprings or flips, or sometimes front handsprings combined with front flips. The full turn on one leg, also a requirement on beam. Many of the gymnasts opting to do it in the sit position, also known as the Cossack position. So far, this has been what you would expect of a Commonwealth Games champion on balance beam. Real composure being displayed from McDonald here.
What aided getting to Kate McDonald's competition? 2 routines, 2 super displays. She said that she never thought in her wildest dreams she'd be here at a second Commonwealth Games. In her own words, and they were her words, she said, the old girl still has more to give. She's not quite 26, just to point out. right at the early stages of her senior career is Karma Vizochi. She's been a junior African championship medalist.
Her release skill, a ginger. A bail to toe shoot, right back up to the high bar. There's her full turn. And a double tuck dismount. Nice display from her.
Really calm looking from Karma Vizochi. She is somebody who can handle pressure. She got 7 distinctions in her high school matriculation exams at the end of last year.
After that, an uneven bars routine like this is probably nothing. In all seriousness, it is very important for a young gymnast to have experiences like this where they are in a major international competition and experiencing everything about the setting, the lights, the staging.
Kate McDonald's score is 12.9. That's the second best that we've seen on the apparatus. Only 500s behind Singapore's Amanda Yap. Georgia Godwin, who won the silver medal at the last games on this apparatus behind McDonald.
A switch leap mount, straight into jumps. Just a floated side somi. Backhand spring layout to 2 feet. The fact that she lands with both feet at the same time makes it a more difficult element than the layout step outs that we see from a lot of gymnasts. Nice connection with the leap to the side aerial. And for these little wobbles, she's only going to be deducted a 1/10 or maybe 2/10 of a point for each one. It's quite minimal. Dismount is complex, round off double pipe.
Delivered with power, celebrated appropriately by Georgia Godwin.
It's like she was never away.
To get some skills, but that's okay. Doesn't matter.
Karma Vizochi scores 11.65. She must be looking around at the legends of the sport that are out there on the field of play and thinking, I can't believe I'm here with them. Well, celebrate it, you've earned it. Naveen Dari's the uneven bars. Gold medalist at the African Championships.
Sets the tone with a really nice handstand. Maloney straight to Ginger. An important combination for her difficulty. Toe Stalder blind. Great extension on the Jaeger. And just a simple layout dismount.
Naveen Dari's will be attempting to find a place in the all-around final. She was 6th last time in Birmingham, the highest finish in the women's competition in South African history at the Games. Didn't she have wonderful extension on the Jaeger somersault?
That was exactly the way that gymnasts aspire to do that element. Once more, worth a look.
We're getting some very compelling beam scores coming in now. 12.9 for Georgia Godwin. 2 per Commonwealth member association can make it into the individual finals. Here's Ruby pass.
Beautiful mount sequence, the switch leap onto the beam, a switch half, and then a back handspring. There will be a difficulty bonus added to that because of the connection of those 3 elements. Front handspring, front tuck, that is her acrobatic sequence. And alas, she is going to take a full mark deduction for that, even though she didn't technically come off the beam. If you have to grab it and support yourself on the apparatus, that does count as a fall. But to be honest, in some ways, for the gymnast and the audience, it's actually a mark of how good she is.
Full hard to stay on there as well. At this point in the competition that the leaders coming into subdivision number 4, the Welsh, had a few wobbly moments, but then they pulled it back, particularly strong at the end on vault. The performance of Ruby Parks of Australia, the all-around champion of Oceania. Naveen Durry's 12.05. Now we know that the preparation process in recent days has not been ideal for Caitlin Roos-Krantz, but let's see what she's able to do here on the uneven bars. Bronze medalist at the last games.
And this is her showpiece apparatus. She begins with a Shaposhnikova, right into a Bahard wash, the pack salto that's ubiquitous but with a full twist. There's a little off handstand finishing that toe stalder fold, but it's not a big issue. Van Leven, very well done. Line change and a wonderful Pike Jaeger. And she has added that. But she's in a bit of trouble here. She has to kip off, and she's trying to get to the half turn. And then she'd be into her dismount sequence. She might have been a little bit thrown by the addition of the toe-on pike kacha that she showed after the Pike Jaeger. Let's have another look at it. The gymnast has to reach the handstand and then change their grip, have enough momentum to do the half turn, and that's what she's struggling with here.
She holds her dismount really well. She did almost everything right in that display. It's such a bold routine. There is a lot of complex gymnastics going on.
Absolutely. The difficulty, Tara, when she makes it is really high. It's a special piece of gymnastics.
For any of you who need a little moment of clarification about how all of that works, the difficulty is what starts from 0 and works upwards. It's positively assessed by a panel of judges, and the execution is the opposite. It starts at 10 and works downwards based on mistakes or errors from the ideal delivery of the skill. That's assessed by a different panel of judges.
That would have been a 13-7.
Ruby Pass scores 11.7. She's not due to perform on the floor and will return for vault. is the turn of Brianna Scott. She's been a World Cup medalist this season on the beam. Two-time consecutive all-around national champion.
Authoritative switch leap mount. Round off, lay out to 2 feet. That's what she's chosen to do for her acrobatic series. She's being really aggressive on all of these elements, and that's great to see. Sometimes gymnasts get into trouble on balance beam when they get tentative. Bursting with confidence throughout this double pike. Wow!
Listen to those cheers from the Australians on the sidelines. Well, I imagine many of you Australians watching didn't hear them because they were drowned out by your own cheers. They've had an excellent first half of the competition, the silver medalists from last time.
And what this means is that Australia is not going to count a fall on balance beam. That could be very important later on.
We move to Zelmi Dariz of South Africa. She's twice been a medalist on this apparatus at continental level.
Lovely extension on her opening combination, the Maloney to the in-bar Ginger. Great height on her pike Jaeger too. And difficulty, unfortunately, on the full pirouette on the low bar. She taps her feet on the ground. I believe that will be a deduction of 0.3 of a point.
Does extremely well to build up the swing again and actually get through that, because you can only imagine the physical impact of having the connection with the ground.
And I must correct myself, because on uneven bars, if the feet brush the mat, it's 0.3 of a point. If the judges decide that she's actually hit the mat with her feet, that will be a full mark taken away from the execution score.
You did a good job.
Caitlin Rooskrantz picks up a 12.45 score. That would have been right up there had she not had the unintentional dismount. Kate McDonald, top performer so far on the apparatus.
Zelma Dariz emerging as a great uneven bars prospect for South Africa. She's displayed real growth on the apparatus over the last several months. And here's the issue that might be counted actually as not just a brush or touch, but support on the mat with the feet. We'll see.
It's a decision for the execution judges, who do not have the opportunity to repeatedly view it in slow motion as we do. And there's nothing like watching things in slow motion to really accentuate every single imperfection in gymnastics. That's the great luxury that we have in seeing how the execution is calculated. The judges are doing it in real time. So the score is 11.85, under 7 the execution score.
And that indicates they did take the full mark.
I think it's 11. It was just a mistake. I usually do better than that. I'm just a girl.
Actually born in Singapore but grew up in Sydney, moved there when she was 7.
Please. I'll give you my best dance. I'll do it again for you.
Here's another look at her dismount. The double pike, the hardest dismount arguably being used in this competition, and it capped a great routine.
That is a super score, 13.6, easily the highest that we've seen on the apparatus. 5.6 difficulty, 8 execution. People have won world championship and Olympic titles with scores like that.
Look at that, 18.
Of course, it's only the qualification process, we should just point out, but she set herself up beautifully. We now move to the second half of the second rotation. This is Leah Reddick of Canada. And she has been a Pan-American champion on this apparatus.
Beautiful round-off layout, step-out mount. The double turn in the sit position. Turn. Just a little wobble after that leaps combination. And that's the kind of thing that costs a gymnast 0.3 of a point. It's kind of a medium-sized wobble. So far, this has been really good. The dismount, 2.5 twists.
Leah Reddick of Canada, the Pan-American champion on beam in 2025. Do you know when the first time she won a balance beam final was? It was the Pan-American Championships in 2025.
Oh my!
Isn't that extraordinary? First beam victory in her career happened to be the Pan-American Championships. Ali Elite over for Team England on the uneven bars. Great to see her back.
Front giant through to Jaeger to lead off her routine. She too very sharp in the handstand department. Great control into the Maloney. Lovely, powerful toe shoot to the high bar. Dismount, toe on, front pike, half
twist. Ali Elite of Heathrow Gymnastics Club. She's got one of her former teammates actually in the arena, Danusia Francis, who's doing the arena presenting. So she'll keep hearing her voice.
So good. My hand's so wet. That was great.
Team England has been very conscientious about working the handstands on uneven bars, and it comes out in this routine. Right there.
Leah Reddick, 12.7. Such a determined, hard-working young gymnast. And what inspiration she has. What an example she can learn from, that we can all learn from. Here's Ellie Black, champion on the beam in Glasgow 12 years ago.
And after that, a world championship medalist on this apparatus. She knows how to get it done here. Double spin, right into a full spin. It's a risky sequence. And like so much of Ellie Black's gymnastics, really unique. She has a great exit from her front flip as well. And she's been using this lately, the handstand into the back handspring and the layout step out. She says that it has helped her focus and get into that acrobatic series, doing the handstand. We see a lot of sideways movement on the balance beam. It's actually in the code of points that it is a requirement, and if a gymnast doesn't demonstrate it, there will be a 1/10 of a point deduction. Her dismount, 2.5 twist.
A return to the city where she won the beam title at the 2014 Commonwealth Games. Different building, different stage of her career, but the class remains. Ali Elite, 12.45. It's going to take a little while for the picture to really become clear in this team final. Here's Abby Martin, medalist at the English Championships on this apparatus.
Clean toe stalder full, right to Maloney. And she's got a big booming kacha that comes out of it, but oh! Something went awry on the grip change, and she's had to stop the routine, so that will be a full point taken away from the execution score.
And all of that considered, that was an incredible recovery, because there was a total break in the kineticism. She had to hold herself on the bar, get the swing back, and went straight into the release and regrasp.
It's really good work before and after the mistake.
Just took a moment to make the right decision. And for all of the gymnasts who are looking to get into individual finals, they might have a moment like that, and then they've got to maximize everything. Got to get as much out of the routine as possible to keep the score as high as possible. 12.9, Ellie Black's beam score. We're getting a lot of 12.9s on beam at the moment. We are with Alissa Derrier-Calixte, the gymnast from Laval in Montreal. That's a very well-known gymnastics area.
Oh, yes. A lot of the Canadian team comes from Quebec and has for many years now.
Actually, you get so many in artistic sports from that part of Canada, figure skaters, divers.
composure so far. And a really nice variety of elements too. The acrobatic series that she's chosen, one we don't see from a whole lot of gymnasts. And the same could be said for the leap series. Just as on uneven bars and floor exercise, the 8 most difficult elements in this routine are used to build the difficulty score. And this has been plenty difficult.
I don't know about you, but I felt so relaxed watching that. It never occurred to me that she might come off the apparatus.
That's the mark of a really well-perfected beam routine.
Bravo! Oh my God!
Abby Martin, 12.8.
Come on, Chan! Come on, Chan!
Shantaeve Amankwa. She's been a World Cup medalist on this apparatus.
Hop change into a forward stalder. She does it twice, adds the half turn to the second one. And then a stalder in Kachev. Really impressive so far from Shantaeve Amankwa. Stalder blind to a double front. Wonderful.
Such a graceful display. The long lines of the extended body contrasted with how she tucks the knees so tightly into the chest for the tuck position. It's a beautiful contrast and shows really correct footing.
That's fine. That's fine.
This is a routine that's being appreciated around the Commonwealth. Congratulations from the South African gymnasts as well. It's very easy to appreciate the artistic quality of this exercise. It's not often that we describe uneven bars as artistic, but this routine really fits the bill. The stalder work, so elegant. And you're right, the way that she tucks into that dismount, quick, efficient, beautiful gymnastics.
That's okay. It's okay.
12.2 for the young gymnast from Montreal.
Ali, yeah. Let's go, yeah.
Nia Monica Fontaine, also from Quebec, also a Commonwealth Games debutant.
Great height on the layout in that round-off layout mount. And this is the first time that we've seen a gymnast do 2 layout step-outs in combination on balance beam. Tremendous difficulty in this exercise. Another requirement on balance beam is that the gymnast has to work low to the beam. It's known as down on beam work. And so she's ticked that box here. Just a bit of sideways choreography. Dismounts big 2, double pike.
For the most part, this is a very young, very inexperienced Canada team, and my word, is it an exciting one.
They are not performing like Commonwealth Games debutantes.
Sorry, she's mine.
Whether it's their time right now or whether it's going to be their time in several years, that will become clear as we go, but it is going to be their time at some point.
Oh, clearly.
Shantaeve Amankwa picks up a 13.5 score.
Can we do a handshake?
And that's with a 7.8 for execution. Very well performed. It's up there at the moment in a qualification spot. And indeed, it will be a qualification spot in the uneven bars final for her. Ruby Stacey. Last performer for England on the uneven bars. She's also been a World Cup medalist on the apparatus.
She has an unusual release element here. A toe-on, catch-up with half-turn, which she does right into the low bar transition. And oh, once more, it's gotten a few gymnasts tonight, that toe stalder with full turn. There's a point where the gymnast has to shoot her feet towards the ceiling, and she's got to get the timing just right, or else she's going to come off. She repeats the element to make sure that she gets the difficulty for it. Stalder Shaposhnikova with half turn. The final transition to high bar. And a double front in the tuck position.
That brings to a close the English uneven bars rotation. The performance of Ruby Stacey. She gets unbelievable amplitude on her release and regrasps.
The swing is wonderful. The score is still going to be healthy.
It's a 12.85 score for Leah Monica Fontaine.
Nice, Ruby. What is this? Abby.
Look back at Ruby Stacey. Great support from the sidelines. Such a sense of team unity, but more than that, of gymnastic solidarity across the Commonwealth nations. The gymnasts out there really supporting each other. And we have here across the games and its gymnastics competitions, clubmates who are now competing for different Commonwealth member associations. And we've got Wales sitting on in the stands, watching on, I should say, from their seats in the stands, hoping that they're going to get onto the podium. They might well do. The picture will become clearer and clearer as we go on. Just go back to that number of 12.8 average for the Welsh across all of their exercises. 11.7 for Ruby Stacey. So that will not be a counting score for the English team. What does it all mean? Well, here we go. Australia are in the lead. England in second place. Canada third. Wales performed on beam in the second rotation, so they will be a little lower down here. Then you'll see them start to move up as the competition goes on. They finished on vault and were really strong there. So don't be fooled by Wales's position at the moment in the standings, because they're going to go upwards from here. So the pressure's really on the remaining teams. Lovely having the benefit of hindsight, of knowing exactly how Wales performed across all of their different routines. Where does that leave us? Well, on the beam with South Africa and England. South Africa in 5th position, England in 2nd position. a team competition has changed dynamic on the beam. The floor comes into play. Australia will start, then we'll see the Canadians. Lots of high-quality floor exercises anticipated in this particular rotation. And for Canada, they'll be looking to push up a little. Currently sitting about 1 3/4 behind the English team. At the moment, it is Australia's game. They are in the driving seat. The arena in Glasgow and the 23rd Commonwealth Games. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for enjoying this women's artistic gymnastics team final. So what should we be looking for in this rotation?
Australia looks impeccably prepared, and that should come out on floor exercise, which is traditionally a very good event for them. We'll be seeing a lot of very good front tumbling, particularly from both Kate McDonald and Georgia Godwin, who will, I believe, be up last for the Australians on floor. And don't sleep on Brianna Scott either. She's been having a great competition and a really good year overall. The double fronts will come into play. Something of an Australian trademark in recent years. We'll see Naveen Dairies on balance beam for South Africa.
There's always such an interesting dynamic to team competitions, especially when you've got the 5-4-3 system in operation, where a discarded score is something that the teams can benefit from as long as they are putting up 4 gymnasts with only 3 scores counting. It's not always the case in team finals that you can lose a score at World Championship and Olympic level, because there's a qualification process for the team final. Only 3 gymnasts perform in the final and all 3 scores count. So that means sometimes it can be harder to tell exactly how a team is performing, because there can be a rogue score in there that looks quite problematic for a team, and then you get rid of it and it changes the numbers completely. So it just makes the whole thing a little more textured. We go to the first performance of Emily Whitehead in this competition, but a 3rd Commonwealth Games for her. She won bronze on floor 4 years ago. Thinking this Australian team is looking very good, and then they bring in Emily Whitehead and they look even better.
At It's a real veteran's performance on floor exercise.
so nervous.
Commanding
Everyone
choreography
started
and
off
really
so well.
minimal landing deductions on the tumbling.
Plus lots of fun.
Lots of fun.
Caitlin Rooskrantz begins South Africa's beam rotation. This is the third of 4 rotations as we come towards the end of the women's team final.
Over the first hurdle, the side aerial. The second test will be this turn in the sit position. Very smooth. If there are any nerves before her flight sequence, the choreography gives her a little time to settle into the routine. Another big test for her. Small wobble, but not a big problem. Now we are going to see the flight series, perhaps combined with the dismount. Indeed, back handspring, layout step back to a layout dismount.
Wasn't that an interesting way to do it?
It was. There are all kinds of ways to do that.
Emily Whitehead picks up a 12.5 score. One of the strongest scores that we've seen on floor. Second only to Ruby Evans. Yes, they've really got some compelling performers on floor, the Australians. Here's Brianna Scott. Australia's Brianna Scott on what is looking like an extremely compelling day for Team Australia.
She may potentially be thinking ahead to the all-around final, and why not? Excellent tumbling.
Caitlin Rooskrantz scoring 11.35. As Caitlin Rooskrantz steps away, her childhood best friend, Naveen Dari's, steps forward. They've travelled the world together practicing the sport they love.
Switch leap now in combination with jumps. Just making sure that her splits are completely extended. Ideally, the gymnast shows a 180-degree split. Her flight series is a back handspring layout step out. Choreography really full of character, just as we get on floor exercise from her. And she has gone for the triple Cossack sit spin. Only the dismount remaining.
Such wonderful longevity in her career. Has taken her to 3 Commonwealth Games, multiple times on the African Championship podium. Another good floor score. 12.75 for Brianna Scott. Yes, she is looking very well set up for the all-around competition. She's going to be right up there. At the moment, she's the best performer in all-around qualification. Kate McDonald. Great choreography. The whole thing is incredibly staccato. And to make that work, you've got to be a really confident performer. And in case you couldn't tell, she's having a pretty good day.
With that routine, you can never decide whether you come for the tumbling and stay for the choreography or vice versa. Those almost mechanical movements, so memorable.
12.35 is the number given to Irene Dowries on beam. To Zelmi Dowries.
Just a small problem on the switch leap mount. But the switch leap on the balance beam really well connected to the switch with a half turn. that step out. She is really coming into her own as a competitor. The switch ring, one of the only ones at this Commonwealth Games. And a double twist dismount.
You are so right that she's coming into her own. Her profile increasing, her stature increasing, her confidence increasing.
And it's great to see her deal so well with that small problem at the beginning.
12.8, the score for Kate McDonald. And all of that has put her and the Australian team in a really strong position. They've already got a very good set of scores on floor. And now here comes Georgia Godwin. So things are looking very strong indeed. She has returned in triumphant fashion. Selmi Darius, 11.7.
Let's go, Karma. You got it.
Okay.
One thing at a time. You got it. Come on, Karma.
And the last South African performance on beam comes from Karma Vizohi.
Great combination mount. Punch front into jumps. Really well connected without any hesitation. Setting up for back handspring, back tuck. Good hold. She was very patient with that. Jump full turn, deceptively difficult on the balance beam. been a palpable sense of confidence so far. When she has slight balance checks, she simply deals with them, squaring herself.
Youngest member of the South African team, hasn't she done her country proud? Commonwealth.
She didn't look like a debutante there. She looked like a seasoned competitor.
Georgia Godwin scores 12.85 on the floor. We're getting a very condensed leaderboard for floor qualification.
Thank you.
Like a piece.
Come on, 1 to go.
I think I accidentally wore your pants.
Really nice work from Karma Visoji of South Africa on the balance beam. The dismount, a front layout with full twist.
There's a combination of, I did that rather well and I can't believe that I'm here on the face of Karma Visoji. I think we can all believe that she's here based on the way she's performing. Very easy to see why she's been selected. Yes, tense times. Decision time is coming up. We're going to move to the second half of the penultimate rotation. And now to the Canadians on floor as they will look to push up the standings a bit, having been in third place.
They've got the difficulty to do it. We're going to see unique tumbling from Ellie Black on floor exercise.
I just want to remind you all again about Wales, who we're not seeing in front of us, but we're certainly seeing on the leaderboard because they have been sitting and watching from the stands. Here we go, the Welsh team arriving. We've got a lot of well-wishers that want to have a chat with them and congratulate them. Are they going to make it onto the podium? Can't be a hugely pleasant experience now for Wales sitting and watching this. A lot of athletes say they're much less nervous when they're out there doing it than when they're sitting watching. That's because it's out of their control. The Welsh just one medal in women's team competition at the Games. Gabrielle Black. Canada moves to floor.
Unfortunately for Gabrielle Black, the fall on the final tumbling pass will incur the full mark deduction. World-class tumbling in that routine, however.
No shortage of rubies to support in this team competition. And here is Ruby Stacey. The English team moving to beam. Bizotti with an 11.35 score. And we have waiting for her opportunity to take to the beam England's Ruby Stacey, the 21-year-old from the west of Devon, in the far southwest of the country. Silver medalist at the British Championships this year and the reigning English champion on beam.
And what a smooth entry into this exercise. Switch leap mount. That was actually a very good save. To pause for half a second to assure herself that she wasn't going to come off. Problem with the side aerial as well. She's setting up for her flight series. Back handspring layout step out. Well done. Once again, the deductions on balance beam for wobbles categorized into small, medium, and large. Small wobbles cost just 1/10 of a point in execution. The more egregious ones, 3/10 of a point, and the really big ones, half a point. After the side aerial, she probably took a half-point deduction. That said, she has not come off the beam. Double kick dismount.
To finish it with real authority, Ruby Stacey. Yes, beam is one of those beguiling apparatus where the deductions can just creep up step by step, small moments that are quite frequent, and it can leave you with an execution score lower than expected. 11.2. Gabrielle Black, she does have 3 penalty tenths. To Ellie Black, the all-around champion at the Gold Coast 2018 Games. It is floor work that truly takes you on a journey artistically.
Do you know what the name of that piece of music is, Ollie?
Please.
I believe it is called Black Gold.
Ruby Stacey, 11.55. So 6.55 for the execution. That's what we mean about those little deductions here and there. Just add up. Shantay Ivamanqua. Seen some lovely work from her in her Commonwealth Games debut, particularly on the bars.
Good fight to hold the landing of the side aerial. Here comes her acrobatic combination. Back handspring, layout, step out. Cool as you like. Touch front. Fight once more to hold the position, make sure she gets the difficulty for that double Cossack turn. Gainer with a full twist.
She's got a very useful quality, Shantay Ivamanqua. She's so graceful and poised in how she performs that when something goes a little wrong, she's able to snap into something very stylish and artistic, as if to say, nothing happened, nothing at all. Something very interesting is happening here. Ellie Black scores a 12.7 and in doing so moves to second in the all-around standings. She is 0.05 of a mark behind Brianna Scott in all-around qualification. It is close. Leah Reddick. Isn't that an absolute narrative choreographic treat? You can have a routine like Ellie Black's, which is modern interpretative dance, and then you can go to Leah Reddick and it is classical, traditional, not in a bad way, just in a very effective and very authentic way, and they can both exist at the same time. And that's what's lovely about artistic gymnastics. 12.15 is Shantay Ivamanqua's score.
Stop it. Come on now.
We go to Abby Martin on beam.
That is known as a candle mount, back dive to chest stand. Double turn in the Cossack sit position. She stays very square on the side aerial. This is one of the biggest challenges in the routine for her. Back handspring layout, oh dear. Jarring fall.
Stunning resilience from Abby Martin. Congratulations on a great recovery. Another example of what you save, not what you lose. Oh, well done, Leah Reddick. 13, she's into first place in floor qualification. She's also the 5th best in the all-around qualification process. It's the first routine to break the 13 barrier on floor. She's gone ahead of the World Championship runner-up. Canada squad is terrifying if you're anyone else apart from Canada, because they are going to become fantastic. They're already extremely good.
3 extraordinary tumbling passes in that routine.
Abby Martin picks up an 11.8 score on the beam. She will go to floor next. World Championship bronze medalist last year. What an exciting competition this is. Ali Elite now goes to the balance beam.
she has some really exciting combinations planned.
She is the British champion on the apparatus.
Front aerial. Just takes a moment to reset before the switch ring and combines it with a ring jump. Switch ring, among the hardest things that a gymnast does on balance beam, because the head has to completely go back, so she loses sight of the beam. It takes real assurance to execute that skill. And there's just lovely little details. The way that she stands on her toes right off the top of the routine, and that chest stand. She's found ways in the choreography and in the skill selection of setting herself apart. In that flight series, back handspring, 2 layout step outs. It's a routine that has been packed with difficulty. She's handled it all well.
You have got to have so much admiration for this young gymnast. Stepping away from the sport, then deciding that she was ready to return, ready to go back on her terms. Goodness me, what a comeback.
She holds on to the Mitchell turn, the triple Cossack. She held on all the way.
That is cracking from Leah Monica Fontaine, 13.2. Best score so far on floor. Canada are going to really push up now, as we hoped they might, because of their skills on the floor exercise.
Here's another look at the dismount. 2.5 twist for Ali Elite. Blind landing. And she makes it around.
Job done. She won her first honours on the World Cup circuit this year, the regular season international gymnastics competitions, the almost monthly events, including on the beam. It's a competition in Slovenia.
It's an extremely competitive set, and it's actually not going to get the difficulty score that she will receive when she does it optimally due to 1 or 2 broken connections, but it's still going to be a really good number.
Eyes glued to the scoreboard. There we go. That's what she's looking at. The weight goes on for all of them. She'll just carry on staring at it. It will appear eventually. She's seen some supporters of hers in the crowd. She's not taken her eyes off that scoreboard for a moment, Ali Elite.
She's taken an enormous amount of risk in that routine. Let's see what the reward is going to be.
Just remind ourselves of some of that risk.
One of the few in this competition to do back handspring layout, step out, layout, step out.
That takes longer to say than it takes her to actually do it. It's 12.8. It's 8th position. And I can tell you that she is into the beam final.
Oh, sorry, I okay.
She's realised it yet. It actually is good enough. This is where we now find ourselves. Looking at the leaderboard, it is Australia in the lead, but Canada are 2.5 marks behind them. England in 3rd position. Just remind you that the Welsh went on to vault in their last rotation, so they scored very well there. The Welsh, once again, not competing in this subdivision. They performed earlier. Australia looking for their first title in the women's team competition since 2010. They won 4 in a row from 1998 through to 2010. And it will be Australia at the vaulting table. That is a nice place to finish, isn't it, for the Australians, with the sort of difficulty they have.
Exactly so. I'm not sure if we're going to see it tonight, but they do have gymnasts who are capable of doing double twisting Yurchenkos. That was what gave the Welsh their advantage on vault. We're also going to see something quite unique from Georgia Godwin. She's been training the Sukahara with 1.5 twists, which has been so steady for her in the past.
Now for Team England, they are really going to need to produce high quality work on floor exercise, knowing that the Welsh finished so well on vault. And we're going to have the pleasure of watching South Africa, who were a star turn at Birmingham 2022 with their floor choreographies. Here they are, the Welsh team, currently in 4th position. Their work has been done. The Roper twins, Jemima Taylor and the rest of the team watching on. Frank Stone and Ruby Evans as well. They're all there, all dotted around. Australia have had live a fantastic competition.
And when it comes to vault, in order to win the gold here, they may not need to do all of their difficulty. They have great execution. They've also got options. Some of their gymnasts used to doing 1.5 twisting Yurchenkos. At the recent national championships, there were a lot of full twisting Yurchenkos, but that was very early in the season. And they've got big difficulty coming from Georgia Godwin. Ruby Cass, one of the gymnasts who vaulted a full twisting Yurchenko at the national championships, and has been doing quite a lot of very floaty repetitions of the Yurchenko timer in the training. Like that.
Now, just to give you some interesting mathematics for this competition as we look at the vaulting table. The Welsh produced an average of 13.6 for their vaults, the 3 counting vaults. They have a 3-mark deficit to overcome against Team England, who are competing on floor. So we're going to be doing some like-for-like comparisons there. Once we get to England's performances. We're going to start, though, with South Africa and Karma Vizochi. had a hugely successful debut Commonwealth Games. Really well done. Yes, nearly, not quite there, and she knows it, but that's all right. Plenty of time. She's 18. She can go away, she can reflect, she'll get better. We'll look forward to seeing her more. Karma Vysotsky. Now here is somebody who's performing so well all around at qualification, Brianna Scott. First vault for the Australians pursuing gold.
Full twisting Yurchenko incoming.
Very routine looking. No issues really. Bit of a backwards adjustment.
For the execution score, that hop back on the landing, about all that the execution judges can really take for. In the air, it's fantastic. Good extended body position, really efficient twist, beautiful leg form. Her legs straight, toes pointed, knees totally locked out, and the layout position fully present all the way through.
It looks so pretty like model.
No, you can't. So, dis 11:58, né? Dan is 2 vallers, 11:65.
Team South Africa with Karma Vysotsky, 9.65.
Slovenia, toe ons verseker.
The last stages of this women's team final at Glasgow 2026. Here's Caitlin Rooskrantz for South Africa on floor.
No perhaps about it. Unique tumbling as well. Her second pass. Full twist into 1.5 twist.
Brianna Scott, 12.8.
You got it, Em. Come on. Let's get it, Em. Come on. Come on.
This is Emily Whitehead. Performed well on floor. What can she now produce at the vaulting table in this last rotation for Australia, who lead the way?
She's indicated this is going to be a Yurchenko 1.5. Yes! All the way through, they have done their jobs. This vault just punctuates the intensity of this team and its focus. A great piece of work from Emily Whitehead. She's been on the podium at the Commonwealth Games before. But the Australians in her time have never stood on the top step. And they are one vault away from assuring themselves of that.
It has been a superb team display from Australia, and I'm sure there are many of you watching this who are hoping the moment will come soon. Gold will be confirmed. They've still got the Canadians to come after them. It's 11.6 for Caitlin Mooskrantz. They've also got to think about Wales too. I'll go into the mathematics of that later, because the Welsh are currently the leaders based on a completed set of scores. This is Naveen Daries on floor for South Africa.
There was some improvisation from her, it looked like, on her second tumbling pass. But she did not commit a major error and finished well.
Emily Whitehead finishes well, 13.3. Good vault score that for the Australian team. That's going to really help them. And that brings us to Georgia Godwin, who we expect to vault twice. This is the one for the team. She's capable of great complexity.
Commonwealth Games.
Well, we've never seen anyone like Georgia Godwin, and we probably never will again. She's back and she's leading Australia with purpose.
Great distance and really efficient twisting. She gets a great set into this vault with her block from the table. Masterful work here. There's the half turn onto the table and then a layout and 1.5 twists off. The landing is blind, and that adds to the complexity of this vault. She's done it for many years now, and she deploys it here with great effect.
10.95 is awarded to Naveen Daries. 3 penalty tenths taken from the score. This is the last performance for South Africa in this team competition. Zelmi Daris.
Performance on floor exercise by Zelmi Daris.
It was enthralling, wasn't it? And they so often are choreographically, Team South Africa.
Just filled with character once again. And each of those performances so unique.
Great score for Georgia Godwin's first vault, 13.55. That is for the team. Now, her second vault for qualification for the vault final.
This is the simpler vault, handspring front pike half.
She'll certainly be going into the vault final with a display like that.
This is a very easy looking vault for her. She's so powerful. And she knows how to translate that power onto the table and get a really good piece of air afterwards.
So the average score is 13.35. That's actually the second best we've seen. The gold medalist at the last games on vault. Now, what's being indicated on the vault board by Ruby Pass is a double twisting Yurchenko. This could be huge.
And she gets it around. She's shown this in other years, but this may be the first time that she's taken it out of the training gym in 2026. Rotating the twist, both of them very important for the landing. And she does get there in the end. This is going to receive a nice, healthy score. It's what Australia needed on vault.
.8. The final score in for South Africa, who are currently third. But there are others who are likely to go above them. The Welsh are watching. Their work has been done and done brilliantly. And I'll talk through some of the numbers in a moment. Look at what it means for Canada and England, who are yet to compete. Ruby Pass scores 13. That will be a counting score for the Australians. It's just slightly improved their position. Now this is her second vault for the vault final.
Same round-off entry, and Amelia check that. Named after the great Oksana Amelia check. Half twist on on to the table, and a front pike off. Unfortunately, the landing is going to incur the full mark deduction. Just opened out a bit too early, so under-rotated. But this is, as you so well reiterated, Ollie, not going to count towards Australia's team total. And we'll see where it puts her when it comes to qualification into the vault final.
The Australians have finished. And they may well win the gold medal, but they will have to wait. They've done superbly. This is where they find themselves. So they've gone past Wales. So that is clear. Wales can't move up the leaderboard. All they can do is hold that position. Congratulations to Ruby Pass. 13 for the team, 11.2 for the second vault. Unfortunately sees her out of the vault final, but her job has been done for the team really crucially, just increasing their position at the top of the leaderboard. Now, I'm going to give you some numbers, everyone watching at home. Australia are leading the way.
Hands on hip.
And they're leading the way very well.
Thanks, guys.
158.4. What does it mean for the other teams? Well, let's start with, if you are supporting England, the number you need to write down is 12.6. 12.6. If your gymnasts are producing an average of 12.6 per exercise, well, if that's the score per exercise, if it averages out that way, you will go beyond the Welsh. If you're supporting Canada, 12.45 plus to go beyond the Welsh, who are currently in the silver medal position. 14.2 to go beyond Australia per performance. That is a tough task. Let's start with England and see what Shantae Mankwa can do. You're fond of using is a breakout competition. Should we be using that here?
She's having one. No question about it.
She's on the map, isn't she? the 17-year-old superb Com Games debut. Now, Lisa Guerrier-Calixte. First vault for the Canadians, pursuing the podium.
Planning a Yurchenko with full twist.
That certainly will put them on course to get onto the podium. I just remind you, 12.45 plus to go beyond the Welsh. That's 12.45 plus per vault.
This is a calm and steady piece of gymnastics and a really minimal landing deduction. She stays very central. There will be no penalty tenths taken for this vault. Her technique on this is really strong. The approach is good. The block very solid. The twist efficient. And the landing controlled.
Now that is very good news for Team England. 13.05 for Shantaiva Manqua. I just remind you, 12.6 is that magic number for the English team.
She nailed the routine after the routine as well.
Now, what a time to come in. Shannon Grant of England, just in as a late replacement for the injured Taja James a matter of days ago. Good luck to her Commonwealth Games debut.
And this is not actually the piece of music that she was planning to compete to. So she's done the right thing, just moved off to the side of the floor exercise. And the technical officials are going to sort this out, and then she will have a restart.
How well she's handled that. 12.9 for Lisa Guerrier-Calixte. That is very good news for Canada. That has them on course for the podium. And they've got some great vaulters to come, including later on the World Championship silver medalist. But here is Ellie Black first. She's been a Commonwealth Games vault medalist.
And this may be the same vault that we saw from Georgia Godwin. And she's stuck it. They are the only two that show the Sukahara with 1.5 twists.
Let's go. Yes, Ellie!
It's so rare that we get a stick on vault these days, but more often than not, it comes from Ellie Black when it happens. Absolutely masterful, this. Brilliant in the air. The landing is blind, but it does not matter for her. So well schooled is she in the art of vaulting. And in the replay, it looks like there is the merest shadow of a hop.
Don't worry, I don't think she cares.
And we don't care either, do we?
The Canadian fans certainly don't.
In the moment, she might have fooled the judges. We'll see.
Isn't that lovely to see Ellie Black alongside the Australian team? Big score, a 9.15 execution score, 13.95, and that puts her at the top of the all-around qualification process.
Let's go, Leah!
So Canada is looking really like the podium is beckoning them. Now to Leah Reddick, who was fabulous on floor in the previous rotation.
Another Yurchenko-style entry, 1.5 twists this time. And another great landing for the Canadians. Speaking of breakout performances,
You are absolutely right. She is an incredible young gymnast. She's only 16.
the mechanics of this vault are superb. So much power. She just explodes off the table.
You know, when Leah Reddick was a very young child, she saw a poster on the wall of her gym that said, "Hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard." It really struck her, and she put that poster, I don't know if it was the same one, maybe she took it off the wall of the gym, but she put it up in her bedroom as inspiration for her, as something to remind her of the need to always be diligent in training.
And we're watching it pay off live.
13 and a half. Watching, hopefully, Team Wales. They know that it's going to be close. There's a very strong likelihood of the Canadians passing them. And indeed, the Canadians have just done that. They've gone beyond the Welsh team. So Wales are now third, and here for Canada is a World Championship silver medalist.
And here is a wonderful double twisting
Leah Monica Fontaine, second place at the World Championships in Jakarta last year.
And this vault is a big reason why she won that silver medal. Just superb. Tremendous twisting ability, a well-controlled landing, just the hop back. Admirable from every angle.
Here is Shanna K. Grant. Not only did she have to wait, but she arrived at Shanna K. Grant at 9 p.m. on the day of training. She had no chance to actually do anything in the arena. A late replacement for the injured Taja James. She was actually looking to buy tickets for the event before the call came through that she would be competing. She's got a direct ticket probably to the podium here if it carries on like this.
What a superb example of rising to the occasion.
Brilliant score for the Canadians. Leah Monica Fontaine with a 13.8. And now the second vault for her.
And this could be just as good as the first.
Well, there's no doubt about her credentials for the vault final, as you'd expect from the World Championship runner-up.
We've seen a couple variations of this vault from other competitors, but she is the first to maintain a completely laid out position throughout the vault. It's very intricate, round off onto the board, a half turn onto the table, and then a front layout with a half turn off. Again, the challenge comes really in maintaining the extended body position. It's a challenge she meets with aplomb.
Yep. Everyone touch legs.
It is brilliant. 13.75. She's the top qualifier for Canada. Now sitting in second position comfortably. They're 1.1 behind Australia. Very well done to Shanna K. Grant, 12.3. Ali Elite for Team England. If she scores in excess of 12.35, England go ahead of Wales. What an effort by Ali Elite of England. As I mentioned, 12.35 plus needed to go ahead of Wales, but the English have two opportunities to get it because of the opportunity that comes from the 4-up 3-count system. So this is hit number 1, and she performed very well.
Beautiful tumbling, underscored by her opening pass, the double layout. She also showed us a 2.5 twist. There's the 2.5 twist. And then she also shows a front tuck, walk out through to a double pike. There's a really healthy dose of difficulty in the tumbling, as well as in some of her dance elements, notably the switch ring.
It's all right. It's okay.
Now the English wait for the score. The Welsh wait too. The Canadians are secure on the podium and looking very good value for silver. The Australians looking untouchable at the top of the pack. A first title for 16 years. After this, we will still have Abby Martin to perform, and she is a World Championship medalist on floor. So the situation does favour England in terms of the resources that they have. They We've still got hope, whatever this score is. Let's find out. And whatever happens, it's been a fabulous effort from the Welsh. How do you control the nerves at this moment if you are Ali Elite and you are the English team and you are the Welsh team and you are all of their fans watching all over the world? And there is the bronze medalist on floor from the last World Championships, waiting to see what she needs to do. The score for Ali Elite is 12.15. England are in 4th position. They still need that 12.35 score. Can they get 12.35 now with the last performance of the entire competition? It's Australia, Canada, Wales, England 4th. But here's the bronze medalist from the last World Championships, Abby Martin.
To bring out your new floor routine, your new opening tumbling pass, and to nail them both.
Just to remind you that number, 12.35.
She may well have just made that medal secure for England.
And if it is the case, then Wales will finish in 4th place with a brilliant effort, Australia are in the lead and they are very comfortable. Canada are 2nd and they are very comfortable. The drama now really is all about this bronze medal race. And what a display from Abby Martin.
She's always been a fantastic tumbler, and she's added to her repertoire in the off-season after the World Championships last year. Her opening run, a double layout with a full twist added to the 2nd somersault. Massively difficult, the only one that we've seen in this competition. And anytime you're doing a double layout as your 2nd pass, you know that you've got a floor contender. Lots of complexity, even in the final pass. A front layout somersault with full twist, walks out of it right into the double back.
It's bronze for the English team. 13.25, the best score of the entire competition on floor. Abby Martin and Team England have bronze. Commiserations to Wales, they were fantastic and they have finished fourth. There are your champions, the green and gold, Australia, women's team title. It's heading their way for the 5th time at the Commonwealth Games. They were brilliant from start to finish. And Team Canada, led by a veteran, led by an all-time great, bringing through a new generation, a young generation. Silver for the Canadians and bronze for England. And well done, Abby Martin. Blythe, if she was feeling any pressure, you would not have known it.
No, you wouldn't have. That was the epitome of delivering.
Huge congratulations to the Australians. It's the first time they've won this title since 2010, but they remain the most successful women's team in the history of the Commonwealth Games. And you can bet they will be back for more in the individual finals. This has only increased the hunger. The classified results in the women's team competition. Bronze for England, just finishing ahead of Wales. Silver for Canada and gold for Australia. Congratulations to all of these teams who played their part in magnificent entertainment at Glasgow 2026. It kept us guessing right until the very last moments. Now, let's take a breath and look at the individual qualification position. Ellie Black top, Ruby Evans second. 2 per Commonwealth Member Association can go into the individual finals, so Leah Reddick regrettably in 6th place and Ali Elite in 9th place will not play a part in the all-around final, even though they're positioned very well. Likewise for Zelmedaris. So we go all the way down the standings. Ellie Cheetham and Crystal Lake of Scotland making it in. Congratulations to them. Courtney McGregor has made it in. And Alina Tan of Singapore, by virtue of finishing 3/10 ahead of Sophie St. John, the 15-year-old from Malta. She's made it in. The vault qualifiers, there they are, all 8 of them. Courtney McGregor, who performed right at the start of the day, has qualified for the vault final. Leah Monica Fontaine, the runner-up at the World Championships last year, the top qualifier. The 3 reserves will be waiting in the wings in case there are any withdrawals, which does sometimes happen. On the uneven bars, Kate McDonald, the only 14+ score. Yuli One of Malaysia, who performed earlier on in the day, excellent. She's in 3rd place. And congratulations to Alana Walker of Jamaica. She has made it in to the uneven bars final. The women's balance beam competition, and Brianna Scott, look at that score, 13.6, the strongest. Amanda Yap, the World Championship finalist from Singapore, 2nd place. Ruby Evans of Wales has made it in. This brings us to the floor qualifiers. top qualifier on floor with the performance that secured the bronze medal for Team England. Abby Martin, Leah Monica Fontaine, fantastic display to finish second. And Amanda Yap of Singapore has made it in as the 8th best applicable qualifier. Absolutely scintillating, a wonderful day of team competition and the individual qualification. Let's look back. Scenes of celebration to follow at the arena in Glasgow. The medal ceremony is on its way. medal ceremony for the women's team competition in artistic gymnastics at Glasgow 2026. Sincerest congratulations to all of these Commonwealth member associations on getting onto the podium, because it was a high standard and it was gripping right until literally the last tumbling pass. And there are your Commonwealth champions.
The medals and gifts will be presented by Honorary Life President, Commonwealth Sport, Dame Louise Martin, DBE.
Dame Louise Martin, DBE, Honorary Life President of Commonwealth Sports.
And GR Leader, launching UK, Theodore Dinopoulos.
Joined by Theodore Dimopoulos.
Accompanied by our Glasgow Rising Stars, Sky and Izzy from Team Scotland Youth Trust.
And from the Team Scotland Youth Trust, Sky and Izzy, the Glasgow Rising Stars.
Bronze medalists, representing England.
Bronze to England. And they maintain their streak of being the only team ever to appear on all of the podiums in women's team gymnastics at the Commonwealth Games. Shante Ivamankwa. Shannon Grant, who came in as a reserve gymnast late on. She thought she was going to have to buy tickets for this. Hopefully they won't charge her to stand there. Ali Elite, what a competition. She had retired. Made the decision to come back, and what a decision. Abby Martin. When you need your World Championship medalist on floor, there she is, ready to deliver. And Ruby Stacey, who watched on in 2022 as a reserve. Now her moment has come. England, bronze medalists in the women's team competition. The silver medal won by Canada.
Represented by Ellie Black.
Ellie Black, Order of Canada, Order of Nova Scotia. Leader of the team. Gabrielle Black, one of the debutants. And what a new generation it is. Leah Monica Fontaine, who we are now so used to seeing on international podia. Calixte, just 17. What an emergence she's having as a senior. And the youngest of all, the 16-year-old, Leah Reddick. An incredible debut at the Games. there are your silver medalists, Team Canada.
Gold medalist and Commonwealth Games champions.
The wait is over.
Australia.
They've done it! Australia, for the first time since Delhi in 2010, are the women's team champions of the Commonwealth Games. A mighty squad. And they delivered a mighty performance. Georgia Godwin wondered if we would see her again. We wondered if we would see her again. We see her winning gold again at the Commonwealth Games. A second Commonwealth Games gold medal for Kate MacDonald. More might well follow. Ruby Pass, the teenager in the team. Brianna Scott, from silver last time to gold 4 years on. And Emily Whitehead has just completed the full set of team colours. Bronze at her home games in 2018, silver last time, and it's gold now because Australia are the Commonwealth Games champions.
For those who are able to, please stand for the national anthem of Australia.
Congratulations, Australia. And there they are, the medalists in the women's team competition at Glasgow 2026. Now they've got to all try to get as close to that central bit of the podium as possible. All the photographs, and there'll be many photographs and many interviews, many well-wishers, and there'll be many more opportunities for us to enjoy their stories at these games, because that's only the second day of competition. The team finals have now been completed, but we've got all-around gymnastics to come on day 3 of the games, and days 4 and 5 will be the apparatus finals. But all of that to come after a good night's rest for these athletes. They've earned it. And so have you watching on from wherever you call home, because it's been a nerve-wracking and incredibly demanding team competition, and that's just for the spectators. Kept us guessing right up until the end. But worth watching, wasn't it? And look at all of those role models there. Advertisements for a new era in gymnastics, a new era that still has the old guard in pride of place.